Hey, what's up you guys? Yes, it is another time for us to talk about urban legends. Now today's urban legend is no stranger to the internet because that's where it was created. Today we're going to be talking about Slender Man. So I'm sure most of you guys know what Slender Man is or have heard of him, but if you haven't, Slender Man is a very tall, very thin man with long arms, almost like tentacles. His face is white and featureless. There's no nose, no mouth, no eyes. And he always is in a dark suit and tie. Usually sightings of him have been in the forest or the woods or somewhere very far from society. And if you see Slender Man, he'll start stalking you. He'll follow you back to your house. He'll look in your windows while you're sleeping. He starts stalking your every footstep. The feeling of being stalked makes you feel like you're going crazy. You start to be paranoid. You start to question everything. You get obsessed with Slender Man. You want to figure out who he is, why he's following you. Because of this, you get nauseous, you get nosebleeds, you have trouble sleeping, and they call this Slender Sickness. So the legend of Slender Man was born in 2009 on a forum called Something Awful Internet. It was a photoshopping challenge where you were supposed to photoshop something creepy into an everyday picture. Well, somebody took a picture of a bunch of kids running away from something screaming, and they photoshopped Slender Man in the background. And the caption under the photo said, "We didn't want to go, we didn't want to kill them, but its persistent silence and outstretched arms horrified and comforted us at the same time." Now this picture went viral because not only did it look extremely real, it was extremely fucking creepy. I think we've all been in a situation where we felt like there was somebody watching us or following us, or you were in the woods and you saw something that looked like a person, and maybe it was a tree. Well, Slender Man was all of those feelings come to life. Now, ever since that picture went viral, hundreds of other pictures were made or taken, and a lot of people said they had real experiences with Slender Man. Now, there is kind of a theory that the more you put something out into the universe, the more you kind of create it, it takes on its own creation. Almost like when you put negativity out to the world. If you're negative, 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 eventually your life turns negative. Well, maybe talking about Slender Man so much has made him somehow real. Now, this blog post I'm about to read you is from a girl who's 18 years old, and she said she had a personal experience with Slender Man. I'm currently an 18-year-old female, and I live in Oklahoma City. This event occurred when I was 15, and it happened in the same location. My friend lives in a fairly decent neighborhood that was 15 minutes walking distance from a 7-Eleven. Her parents allowed us to make late-night trips there for snacks on occasion. As we were walking down the street to 7-Eleven, there's a park to the left. We were walking past the park, and we could see an extremely tall figure. I recall it being as tall as the branches of the surrounding trees. He seemed to be dressed in all black and extremely pale. I'm an extremely logical person, so I wanted to validate that it was just some strange tall guy. So I shouted hello repeatedly at him. Hello? Hello? No response. The man started coming closer, and we both realized that he had no face. We ran as fast as we possibly could to get back to my friend's house. It wasn't until 2 years later that my friend informed me of the legend of Slender Man, and I realized that whatever I saw that night looked exactly like him. Now who knows what that girl saw? Maybe she did just see a really tall guy. Maybe it was somebody playing a prank on her. But something that happened in 2014 connected to Slender Man was extremely real. In 2014, two 12-year-old girls in Wisconsin held down their friend and stabbed her 19 times because they said Slender Man told them to. The girl was stabbed in the woods and then left for dead. She ended up crawling out of the woods onto the street, and somebody passing by saw her and called the police. She ended up surviving, and those two girls that did it are now in jail. And every time the authorities question them, they say the same thing. Slender Man told us to. But this isn't the only time something like this has happened. In September of 2014, a 14-year-old girl in Florida set her house on fire while her mom and her 9-year-old brother were still inside. And when the police asked her why she did it, it's because Slender Man told her to. So whether he's real or not, what is real is the fact that people become so obsessed with him that it starts taking over their brain. So now on to my story. Now, I have a very bizarre story, and I feel like I've told you maybe before in another video or in a podcast, but I remember it like it was just yesterday. I was probably 7 years old, and I was in my bunk bed. I was on the top bunk, and I faced the window, and the window was always open. My mom liked to keep it open because like it would let the moonlight in, and I'd feel comforted by that. But one night when I was laying in my bed, I felt something watching me. So I turned my head toward the window, and what I saw was a man standing there. No face, black suit, and very tall because we were on the 2nd story. But the scariest thing was I didn't feel super scared. I felt in shock and confused, and just like this thing was trying to communicate to me, and I thought maybe it was an alien or an angel. I didn't really know. But all I know is it was standing there, and it was fucking real, whatever it was. So I jumped out of my bed, I ran into my mom's bedroom, I told her what happened, and she had convinced me, oh, it's just your guardian angel, he watches over you. And for some reason I was like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Now, as most of you guys know, I have had dealings with shadow people and other stuff like that. I sound crazy. Whatever, fuck it, I'm crazy. I have had dealings with paranormal stuff like that, so it could have just been one of those. But whatever it was definitely there, and it was definitely staring at me and definitely watching me. So I guess my conclusion today is maybe Slender Man isn't real, but the idea of him is definitely real. We all feel like we're being watched. We all feel like we're being stalked. We all feel like when we're in a house alone, we're not alone. So whether it's a ghost, whether it's a demon, whether it's just the wind, there is something there. Maybe it is Slender Man. I guess we'll never know. So just make sure whenever you're in a room alone or whenever you're in the woods, always look behind you. All right, we're good. I got you. You knew I was gonna do that. Go on. Well, there you guys go. That was my urban legend today. Let me know down in the comments if you believe it or if you've had any sightings of Slender Man. Also, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe because I make new videos every single day. And I will see you little Slender Men tomorrow. Bye. All right, here we go. Let's see if this works. Oh my God, I'm so scared. Ah! Oh my God, that was amazing.